Welcome everybody to another YouTube video. In a weird spot today, but kind of different today. We're going to talk about two things today. The Oklahoma City Thunder with their pathetic coach Scott Brooks, not Scott Brown. Scott Brooks, we'll talk about that first. We're also going to talk about Deflate, and we're also going to talk about the Super Bowl. But Scott Brooks, terrible NBA coach. It's not even a question he's a terrible NBA coach. The other night against the Knicks, honestly, what are you thinking losing to the Knicks? No system run there. Westbrook shoots the ball 50 million times a game, 30 times a game. That's inexcusable. Jeremy Lamb, I guess, why is he on the team if he's not going to play? Why in the world is he on the team if he's not going to play? What idiot makes that lineup? The lineup is pathetic. Pathetic when Durant's not out there. Jones can't score worth a life. And the other guy can't score either. I know. I'm not going to get into his name. He's not even worth talking about. So if you have no scoring in your starting five, how are you going to win basketball games? How are you going to win basketball games? This guy was not a very good NBA player to begin with. Terrible NBA coach. I've already said it enough times. But clearly they're terrible. He's a terrible coach. He wins because he has Westbrook and Durant. If he didn't have those guys, he would win 20 games. He's terrible. But the general manager is one of the worst general managers in the NBA. Pathetic general manager who doesn't want them to win. He probably is happy they're losing because that's the way he acts. He's pathetic and does a lousy job. Pressy. Terrible job. If anybody would be gone, any idiot would get rid of the coach. It's the coach's problem. I guess they want Kevin Durant and they want Westbrook to leave because that's what's going to happen. Because nobody in their right mind would stay on an organization that's trying to be in the middle of the pack when you have these great players. Walters should be starting, by the way, at shooting guard. And Lamb should be starting at small forward, by the way. Anybody who hasn't half a brain cell would be doing that. Guarantee you 95% of the coaches in the NBA would do that. Brooks is the worst, one of the worst coaches in the NBA. Anybody who doesn't say that on TV is either being paid off by Oklahoma City or completely clueless. I've never watched a game of basketball. They don't run anything. It's all isolation. All isolation. They don't run any plays. It's talent. If Kevin Durant and Westbrook had plays run for them, they would be one of the best teams in the NBA. By far, they'd be the best team. They would have 30-plus wins, even with the injuries this year. But Brooks is a terrible coach. I have no clue what he has on them. There's no other owner in the NBA that would keep him as a head coach. What a flippin' joke. What a joke. Absolute joke. Tanking a team. And he's probably taking him. He hates Jeremy Lamb. Lamb won a championship. That's why. Brooks won a championship, but he's a terrible player. Lucky when he won the championship on the Houston Rockets, by the way. But he probably hates Jeremy Lamb. He hates him because he's better than him as a player. Lamb's too good. He doesn't practice hard. Who the heck cares if he practices hard? I don't believe the baloney that they try players in practice because when you watch them play, completely clueless. Earlier and you got a young center that you were playing a lot of minutes early in the year. He's terrible now. It's terrible. Anybody with half a brain. Hopefully they lose to Memphis tonight. And then they can fire the guy. He's terrible. Anybody who thinks he's a good coach is blind. Blind. Mark Jackson's a better coach, and he wasn't a great NBA coach. George Karl will be a good coach for that team. What a joke. What a joke. What a joke. Okay, topic number 2. Oklahoma City's a joke. We'll talk more about it some other time. Inflategate. What a complete bunch of garbage. If this wasn't the New England Patriots, this wasn't the Patriots, this would be a non-story. The league hates them. Goodell hates Kraft. It's fixed. It's a joke. And watch tomorrow. The officiating is going to be affected by that. But we got whining teams. So when you grow up, you're told not to tattletale. Little tattletale ravens and Colts tattletales with a screwball crazy owner and a Goodell's buddy. I thought Bob Kraft and Goodell liked each other. I don't think so. I think it's a bunch of baloney. I think Kraft does not like Goodell at all, especially right now. This story is a joke. Scientists think it's a joke. Well, Bill Nye, who's a huge Seahawks fan, give me a break. It's a complete joke. It's a complete joke. Absolute joke. It's the most despicable story I've ever heard. National media is on it because it's stupid. Because it's a story. It is stupid. It's a stupid thing. Oh, they might have violated. Of course, all the NFL toadies are saying this. No, shut up. Shut up and wake up. It's the most ridiculous story I've ever heard. They just want to discredit the Patriots. The NFL, oh, they would have gotten rid of it. This is what I keep hearing from people. No, there's nothing there. And if they find him, I still don't believe them. It's a bunch of baloney. It's the stupidest story in the world. By the way, my Super Bowl prediction, I think the Patriots are going to beat the Seahawks. It's going to be a good football game, but I think the Patriots are going to beat the Seahawks. I'm not going to give you how it's going to happen. They're going to beat the Seahawks. And then people will say, it's the same thing here, though. They're going to continue to say the same thing. They're going to continue to say the same thing. Oh, they cheated, blah, blah, blah. And another one, Serena Williams. The greatest women's tennis player maybe that's ever played this game. People hate her, make up stuff about her. Stop it. You just can't beat her. She's great. You're watching greatness. And you know what it is, why they don't like her. Come on. It's common sense. It's obvious. Serena Williams, a terrific, terrific tennis player. Great tennis player. And she won. That's awesome for her. Great winning her 19th. Hopefully she wins 23rd. One of the greatest women's tennis players ever played this game. Played the game of tennis. Terrific player. Anybody who doesn't say that is blind and clueless. People don't like her because she complains and upset. She doesn't, not gracious in defeat. You know what? Why would I want somebody gracious in defeat? I don't want that. You're never going to become a professional athlete if you want to lose. Winning is everything. Kobe Bryant, I don't like the guy, but he cries to death when he doesn't win. Serena Williams, the same thing. Bill Belichick, Tom Brady. They are furious when they don't win. They're not good losers. Guess what? You're not a sore loser. Nobody is a good loser. You always want to win the championship. Michael Jordan the same way. Michael's never lost a final, so I don't know. That's a good comparison. The greats want to win. And if you're great, you always want to win that championship. Same thing at work. If you don't get that promotion, or you want that promotion, and you don't get it, you're upset, or you get that other job or anything. Being tough and competitive is what you need. You always want to do the best. And you don't settle for least. You settle for the best. Even if you gave your all and you had the greatest game in the world, but your team lost, you're going to be pissed off and ticked off you lost. It's all about winning. That's what it's all about. And the greats win. And they're not nice necessarily when they lose. To beat them, sometimes you have to do things. It's the same thing with the Patriots. You have to keep changing the rules. Belichick maybe has finally figured out the rules. The best coach, pretty much, of all time. Will, I believe, win his fourth. And his sixth ring, because he's 2 as an assistant coach. But a great coach. A great leader and a great coach. Bill Belichick. The greats. Phil Jackson. Another one. You have to be at the edge to win. You can't sit there and not be, a kiss ass to the league. You have to do what's best for your team. Greg Popovich is another one. Look at what he's doing now, sitting out players half the time to get ready for the playoffs, because he knows the playoffs are more important than anything. He knows they're more important than anything, and that's what it is about. Winning the championship. That's all it's about. That's the only reason you play sports. It's not for fun. It's to win the championship. And if you don't, you're mad, and very mad. You're going to be, and that's great. Anyways, this has been a great YouTube video. Subscribe to my page. And like I said, everybody have a nice night and enjoy yourself tomorrow night. Thank you. Good night.